All right, guys, the first step in installing a sink, okay? You get your amazing little blueprints from the store. This, oh man, probably super valuable. You get your bolts, and then you just want to take these and you want to throw them away as fast as you can. And we're going to show you how to do it right. Guys, today we're going to show you not the proper way to install a kitchen sink, but the best way we know how. Come on down. Okay, so you see we got this nice bold look of Kohler sink right here from Costco. Okay. So I always like to put my
One option I found is look at the Learn Child Care.
I always like to put my sink right above where it's gonna go. I like to center it upside down on top of my countertop. I haven't set the countertop yet. I don't like to set my countertop until everything with the sink is situated. So we put this down, and as you can see here, we have these metal grommets right here. Come on down. We have these metal grommets. So our countertop is going to be on this side of the metal grommet. So I always like just to mark where my metal grommets are. And I've already done this, but I mark where my metal grommets are, where we're going to have to set this sink. Okay. Then I move it, and I drill my hole on each corner. And what this does, so you see I drilled a hole first right here. This hole hit the cabinet underneath, so we knew that it was too close this way. So we had to push this sink as far as we could to this side. Now we're going to cut it out, and we will show you what we do after that. We're going to use a skill saw and a little jigsaw in the corners, but mostly a skill saw. We'll keep you guys updated.
When we cut it from like a lot of people think you cut it from the top. You don't. You can't get your saw all the way in the back where that little edge is. So we just come down through here like this. And we mark all of our holes. That's why we drill through, you see. Okay. Now before we cut, we always want to make sure that we're on the right hole. I drilled 2 holes because we messed up the first time. So I'm just going to simply flip this over. Okay. Make sure we got the right holes here.
Guys, come on down here. You can see why we have to cut it from the back. There's no way to get our saw in here. So that's why we don't want to set our countertop first. If we set our countertop first, we would not be able to make this cut. Okay. Then also notice how flush we are right here. We've got this sink all the way back as far as it'll go, and we're still just flush with the edge of the cabinet here. Let's see if this sink will fit in here. We probably should take all this plastic stuff off first. So I think with a little bit of fine tuning, yeah, there we go. Okay, so you can see this sink is all the way as far back as it'll go. You can also see that it's backwards right now. It's okay. We like to put our sinks in backwards so that you can more easily have the water where you need it to be. We'll keep you guys updated. All right guys, we're ready to set our countertop. We've already dry fitted our sink. And what I like to use for my Formica countertops is just a simple caulk, okay? What I love about caulk is you can set the countertops and they stay steady. If you ever want to pull them back off, it doesn't break them when you pull them back off. It just simply breaks a little bit of the caulk apart. So that's what I like about caulk. Come on down here, Tommy. You want to put a nice, big, thick, heavy bead in here, okay? That way, if there's any variances in the cabinets, okay, I'll also put some right here where my sink goes. Right here where my sink goes. And a nice thick heavy bead right here. Okay, thick heavy bead. The other thing I like about caulk is it's really easy to clean up if you get it on anything. You use some polyurethane glue on this. One, you're never going to get it back off. And two, you're never going to get it back off of anything that it gets on. Just do a little bead there, a little bead there. All right, Tommy, help me on that side. Okay, we're going to set our countertops. We're going to just put something heavy on them to kind of keep them held in there until that caulk sets up a little bit. And I don't like to set my sink. We're going to let the caulk set up. I don't like to set my sink until we have the hardware on the sink. So we want to put all of the hardware on the sink first. We'll keep you guys updated. Oh man, guys, I'm so excited to show you how we're going to put this sink in. Now first I want to show you, originally I told you to throw these away. Okay, and I want to show you why. So you have your sink that comes down in here like this, okay? And somehow you're supposed to get this clip in there, and somehow you're supposed to tighten this clip down. And that's why sometimes you can get these clips to work maybe in the front, but you can see right here, this cabinet comes right up against, so this clip will not clip in there, okay? So then you think, well, what about the back? Maybe you can get a little clip in the back with all of the stuff that's in your way. If you have a really long extension bit, maybe. But my philosophy is throw these away, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the sink in where it's supposed to go. Now I do like to put the faucet on first, but just for this video, we're gonna leave the faucet off, okay? Okay, so we put the sink in like so. I'm just gonna get rid of this line real quick. That's why I use a pencil. Okay. We are gonna take our tape, our painter's tape. We're gonna put it right in front of, about 1/8 of an inch in front of this sink. Now really rub it in good, okay? Now we're going to put our side one on. Really rub it in good. You can put a little tiny one on the corner here, like this. Okay. This side here, we're just doing about 1/8 of an inch here around this entire sink. Okay. Now take your time with this. Make sure it's nice and even. This back one I'm going to put a little tighter because I think it's got some room to fall. Okay. So we're nice and tight in there. That's what we want to be. Okay, now we're going to pop our sink out. Okay. Now, I like the paper, this little silicone shrink wrap stuff that's on here. We normally would have to tape our sink too, but we don't have to tape our sink. I just gently cut off all the excess of that. You want to get yourself some 100% silicone from Lowe's, and you want it to be clear, okay? And we are just gonna put a nice bead of this all the way around. See how tall it is? Yeah, you want it setting up high. You want it to be confident silicone. Now this is going to do two things. This is going to hold our sink in place, and it's also going to keep the water from dripping under the sink and into the vast crevice of the unknown. Okay? And that's what we want. We want a nice bead all the way around, and we're going to drop our sink back in. We don't want to hit the corners. We want to be right where we want to be. Okay. Okay. You just do a quick assessment here. Okay, so we dropped it. Okay, now we want to do, you can see it's pushing all my silicone out. Okay. Now we're going to get something really heavy and put something really heavy in the middle of this. But I want to show you, we've got that tape on there. All we got to do is rub this silicone off nice and evenly, and we pull that tape off, and it'll be a perfect set. Okay, you don't want to get silicone on your fingers unless you have to. You don't want to get silicone on anything that doesn't need silicone, okay? So here we go. We're going to just go ahead and start rubbing the silicone in. Okay. Notice I'm pushing it out with my finger. And I'm just going to rub it on the tape. And I come around this edge here. I'm going to push it out with my finger. I'm going to rub the excess right there. Same with this. I'm going to come here. I'm going to push it out. Okay. Now I like to look for any air pockets. And these are pockets that didn't get covered. And I found one back here. Because you want it filled with silicone. Okay. And this one looks good. Okay, the silicone's gonna smell a little bit like vinegar. And then this back one, because it's so high, I'm just gonna put a little bead right here. Okay, I'm gonna push it in there. I'm gonna push it in there real good. Okay. And you want to just go around it and make sure that there's no excess. Okay, you want it nice and thin where the tape is so that you're not going to be pulling up a bunch of silicone. So the next step is putting something heavy in the sink, and we're going to leave that in there for 12 hours, at least 12 hours, something heavy in the sink till that silicone dries. All right guys, so come on in. We got a 5-gallon bucket that we filled up with water, and when we set it in there, you can see it pushed some of our silicone out. So we're going to rub our fingers down through there one more time. Look at all this extra silicone here. Okay, we want to get all that off and all this off here, and that's good. We want it to push out like that. We're just going to do one final little grate along the back. Okay, you always want to take your tape off before it dries, so here we go. And like I said, we want to leave this bucket in here for 12 hours. Okay. And I love this method where you just put it on there, you seal it. You don't ever have to worry about that sink leaking. Anybody that's ever had water come on their countertops and leak underneath their countertops knows what I mean. Or they start getting swelling marks from the edge of this. So this is going to set up for 12 hours. Guys, we're going to plug in our faucet and our dishwasher exhaust, but that's how easy it is to install a sink with just using silicone. Okay, thanks for your time, guys. James Yelton, Yelton's Construction. Comment, subscribe, like so. What we're going to do is we're going to start by showing you our beautiful sink that we installed. Okay, good, hot, cold, happy with that. Good, we got So that